morning children. How are you children? I hope you are doing well. In the previous lecture, we were discussing about heredity, variation and inherited traits. So what is meant by heredity? Heredity means the transmission of characters from one generation to next generation is known as heredity. So let us discuss today about Mendel's laws of inheritance of characters. So Mendel used a number of contrasting visible characters of garden peas like white and purple flowers, wrinkled and round seeds, tall and short plants. Mendel performed an experiment in which he took tall and short pea plants. Mendel observed that in first generation all plants were tall. Short plants were not produced, but after self-pollination of first generation plants, both tall and short plants were expressed in second generation in the ratio of 3:1. Mendel told that some things were passed on from one generation to second generation. What are these things? So he was thinking. Then he told that these things were known as factors. So factors carry heredity information. So children, let us do one small experiment what Mendel did. So first Mendel took the parents tall plant and short plant. So let us write the genotype of this plant. So tall plant can be denoted by 2 capital T and short plants are denoted by small t. So what Mendel observed in the first generation that all the plants produced were tall. So he got 4 plants. All the plants were tall. So he wrote capital T into small t, capital T into small t, capital T into small t, capital T into small t. So these were the gametes of the plants. After the self-pollination of 2 of the plants, he got the second generation. Then he wrote the gametes, capital T, then he wrote small t. Then left hand side also he wrote capital T, then in next line he wrote small t. Then he made the box. Then what we have to do children? We have to multiply these gametes. T into T we have to write here. So T into T is capital T. Just I will show you. T into T is capital T. T into small t is, then T into small t, then T into T you can see here. So here the ratio is 3:1. So how we got 3? So you have to see wherever the capital T is there. Capital T, capital T, capital T. So in 3 boxes we got capital T. But what about this box? We do not have capital T. Both the T's are small. So we have to write 1. So that means 3 plants are tall and 1 plant is short. This ratio can be also written as 1:2:1. So 1 means both the plants are tall and 2 means 2 plants were produced, both were mixture, tall and short. But here tall character was dominant, short character was recessive which was not expressed. And this plant which is recessive plant, it does not carry the tallness trait. So this type of ratio is known as the phenotype ratio. Now children, you might have seen words here, new words like genotype, phenotype. So what is meant by this genotype? Then we have written capital T, small t. So capital T is known as dominant trait and small t is known as the recessive trait. So let us see the meaning of these terms. So dominant trait means the trait which gets expressed in the presence of the contrasting form is called as dominant trait. And let us say about the recessive trait, the trait which gets unexpressed in the presence of its contrasting form is known as the recessive trait. Now here how many characters we have used? Only 1 pair of contrasting character we have used, that is tall and short. So such type of cross is known as monohybrid cross. So let us see the definition of monohybrid cross. The cross between 2 individuals with 1 pair of contrasting characters is called monohybrid cross. then this is known as genotype. So what is meant by genotype? Genotype refers to the genetic characteristics of an organism. Now phenotype. Phenotype means it refers to the physical characteristics. In the same way, let us see the next experiment which Mendel took. So he took two flowers. One was of purple flower and second one was of white flower. So same way we have to write parents, purple. Then second one is white flowers. F stands for the flowers. Then we have to write the genotypes. Genotypes of purple flower will be capital P. So two P's you have to write. And for white flowers you have to write two small W's. Then in first generation, what Mendel observed, that 4 plants he got and all the 4 plants were of purple flowers. Then after self-pollination of these 2 plants, in second generation, he got the same ratio 3:1. So same way you have to make the table, children. Gametes you have to write P and W on the top. Left hand side you write P and W. Again you have to multiply P into P, P, P. P into W, P, W. Now you have to take the W. W into P, you can write WP or PW. W into W, you have to write WW. Then you can count the number of plants with purple flowers. So how many plants are there with purple flowers? 1, 2, 3. So you have to write 3. But this plant does not contain purple traits. This plant is of only white flower. So you have to write ratio 1. Again in this, we can write the ratio as 1:2:1. So 1 is a plant with pure purple flowers and 1 is a plant with pure white flowers. But here 2 plants in which purple flower is dominant trait and white flower is the recessive trait. So first generation plants, what does it indicate? In this table, what does it indicate? That both tallness and shortness were expressed. But here tallness was the dominant trait. But in the second generation also, what you can see, here 3 plants were of tall and 1 plant was short. So 1/4 of the plants were short. Same way in the second generation also, what you will see, all the flowers in the first generation were purple. So purple flower was of dominant trait. And the first generation plants also, what does it produce? All the plants with the purple flowers. But in the second generation, only 25% of the plants were having the white flowers. So this was all about the monohybrid cross. Because here also, what Mendel took? Only one character. That was purple flower and white flower. So children, one question arises. Why Mendel took only pea plant? Why he did not took another plant? So Mendel selected pea plant because they were easily available. They grow in one season and fertilization was easy. So children, this was all about the monohybrid cross. So please note down all the points as well as copy down this table correctly. So in the next lecture, we will discuss about Mendel's dihybrid cross. Thank you children.